I'm Jess and today I have a book review for you of The Queen of the Tearling by Erica Johansson. This is the first book I've read in like 2 months since I got to university, and I really enjoyed it. It just took me a long time to read, so let's get on with the review. I gave this book I think 4 or 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. It took me a month to read. I started it probably about a few days before I came to university and finished it like a week ago. Because it was just, it was quite a slow read, but also I didn't really have the time and I was feeling kind of slumpy. But let's not get onto the excuses why it took me so long to read. It follows a girl named Kelsey who is supposed to be the queen of the Tearling, and when she's a baby she is shipped off somewhere else to be raised by foster parents so that she can't be assassinated and can't be found by people who don't like the crown. Her mother dies and her mother's brother takes over until Kelsey is of age, and in the book she has just turned of age, and the Queen's Guard have just turned up at her foster parents' door to take her to the Tearling and take her to be the queen. There are lots of problems in her kingdom that she hasn't been taught about up to this point, and she has to figure out how she's gonna rule the kingdom and how she feels about certain issues that are surrounding the kingdom at the minute. And it's beautiful, it's amazing, I really enjoyed it. Kelsey was such a moral character, but she wasn't like portrayed as being perfect. She was never portrayed as being perfect, which I really loved. She's not a perfect queen, she's better than her mother was, and she's a good queen, but she's never gonna please everybody, and she's never gonna be a favourite with the nobles, because that's just not how she is. She's gonna do what she feels is right and not what the nobles want her to do. She's such a complex and great character, and she's very harsh on herself. There's not a lot of magic in this fantasy book, but it is a fantasy, but there is magic. But it's sort of we're just learning about it because it's a series. The Invasion of the Tearling is the second book, and I think there's going to be a third book, but I'm not sure. I also love the parts of this book that were from the villain's perspective, because we literally Kelsey does not interact with the villain at all in this book. I'm assuming she will in next books, but she doesn't interact with the villain at all throughout the whole book. So the fact that we got the villain's point of view, so we could see her as a character and not a caricature of herself. Like, we saw her, we didn't see like just everybody saying she was evil, which I sometimes hate in books. When the villain is just portrayed through other people's thoughts of them, which is just, yeah, she's really evil. But we saw her for who she is, and she's quite like frightened. And I will say that because of her point of view, this book, I thought it was a YA book. It's probably not. It's probably not suitable for like really young, impressionable people. If you feel like you can deal with sex scenes and stuff, that's fine. But I will say it does have that a little bit, not like really explicitly, but it does. It deals with issues like prostitution and slavery and stuff, and it's really great. I really enjoyed it, and yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say in this video. So that was my review of The Queen of the Tearling by Erica Johansson. Let me know down below if you've read it or if you're going to read it, and let me know what your thoughts were if you have read it. And I will see you next time. Goodbye!